Number 4, REM sleep behavior disorder, RBD. Have you ever had a dream so real that you felt like you were actually there, walking through a forest or fighting a villain in your living room? Now, imagine acting out that dream, but in the process, you're punching your partner in the face or throwing a fistful of pillows at your poor cat. Welcome to REM sleep behavior disorder, RBD, where your body forgets to paralyze itself during REM sleep, and you become a sleepwalking ninja. Except you're probably kicking and flailing with no idea what's going on. RBD is more common in older adults, especially those with neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's, but it can also occur in perfectly healthy individuals, because why not add a little chaos to your sleep schedule? During normal REM sleep, the body is paralyzed to prevent you from acting out your dreams. In RBD, that paralysis breaks down, leaving you free to reenact your most ridiculous dreams, like running from giant vegetables or fencing with invisible enemies. So, if you wake up with a random bruise and a broken lamp, it might just be your subconscious trying to have an action packed dream sequence while you snore away. Number 3, sleep deprivation, hallucinations. All right, so you've pulled an all nighter, consumed one too many energy drinks, and now you're staring at your computer screen, hoping the blinking cursor will make your brain function. You're on the brink of collapse, but suddenly you see a thing in the corner of your eye. Maybe a person, maybe a shadow, maybe a talking toaster. You blink and it's gone. This is what we like to call sleep deprivation hallucinations. And while they're pretty unsettling, they're nothing more than your brain being a drama queen. After too many hours without sleep, your brain starts to get a little creative with its sensory input. Essentially, your brain is trying to keep the party going when all systems are clearly shutting down. The exact cause of sleep deprivation hallucinations isn't fully understood, but it's likely a combo of sensory overload, an overactive imagination, and some tired neurons misfiring. So, if you start seeing spirits in your kitchen at 4 a.m., it might just be the fact that you haven't seen your pillow in days. Take a nap, and the ghosts will disappear. Or they'll be replaced by the hallucination of a giant pizza. Either way, you're in for a weird ride. Number 2, chronic nightmares. Nightmares are no fun, right? They scare you, leave you with that weird, I need to check under the bed feeling, and ruin the whole vibe of your sleep. But here's the kicker. Chronic nightmares, the ones that happen over and over again, don't mean you're cursed by some sinister force, nor are they signs that you're being haunted by your past life as a medieval knight or a pirate. Nope. They're actually your brain's way of trying to deal with stress, trauma, or even unresolved emotions. It's like your brain wants to be the director of a horror movie, casting you in the leading role and forcing you to experience some pretty wild stuff. Researchers believe that chronic nightmares are often linked to psychological factors, including anxiety, depression, or even past traumatic experiences. In other words, the more you stress, the more your brain turns up the nightmare dial. So if you're stuck in an endless loop of falling off cliffs or running from monsters, it might be time to talk to a therapist. Your brain doesn't need a horror show, it needs a spa day. Number 1, lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming sounds like it should come with a shiny magical power, right? It's the stuff of sci-fi dreams, pun absolutely intended, where you realize you're dreaming and take control of the entire dream landscape. You could fly, rob a bank, or simply have a conversation with your pet cat. It's often touted as the ultimate sleep experience, where you're both the dreamer and the director. But here's the punchline. Lucid dreaming doesn't give you complete control, and trying to force it can often backfire. While the idea of lucid dreaming sounds like a trip to an alternate universe, it's actually more about your brain's ability to recognize when it's in a dream state. If you try too hard to control the dream, your brain might just leave you in a half-lucid state, where you realize you're dreaming but can't do much about it. So, if you've ever tried to control a dream only to end up running from a flying spaghetti monster, no judgment, that's just your brain reminding you who's really in charge. Enjoy the ride, because your dream world doesn't take requests. Number 10, the falling sensation. You're about to slip into dreamland when, bam, you feel like you've just taken a dive off a cliff or missed a step. Your whole body jerks, and you're wide awake, heart racing, wondering if your bed is secretly trying to eat you. This falling sensation is actually a hypnic jerk, which occurs when your body relaxes too quickly, tricking your brain into thinking you're plummeting towards certain doom. Your brain, ever the drama queen, then yells, "Wake up!" and sends a shock to your muscles, making you jerk upright as if you're on a bungee cord. It's your brain's way of being an overprotective parent, except instead of preventing you from falling, it's waking you up with a mini panic attack. Thanks for the adrenaline brain. Number 9. Grinding your teeth, bruxism. Ever wake up with a jaw sore enough to make you think you've been chewing on gravel all night? Welcome to bruxism, the delightful condition where your teeth get ground down like they're a couple of pieces of sandpaper. It's not just a harmless quirk either. Bruxism can lead to cracked teeth, jaw issues, and even migraines. Why does this happen? Because your brain thought it was a good idea to turn your jaw into a makeshift jackhammer while you sleep. Usually linked to stress or anxiety, your body gets tense when you're worried, and your jaw muscles take it upon themselves to work out your issues by grinding away. So instead of dealing with your problems consciously, your subconscious mind is just like, you know what? Let's just grind the anxiety out. Literally. You're not angry. Your body just thinks it's the Hulk. Number 8. The tremors of REM sleep behavior disorder. Picture this. You're fighting zombies in your sleep, only your body doesn't know it's supposed to be resting. Instead, it's throwing punches, kicking, or running out of bed, all while you're in the middle of a dream battle. This is REM sleep behavior disorder, RBD, where your body doesn't do its usual trick of paralyzing your muscles during vivid dreams. Instead, it lets you act out those wild, intense dreams, sometimes with disastrous results. So, while you're imagining you're in an action movie, your bedmate might be getting an impromptu karate lesson. It's like your brain forgot to activate the do not disturb sign during REM sleep. For some, this can also be an early sign of neurodegenerative diseases. So if you find yourself waking up next to a broken lamp, maybe check in with your doctor, or maybe just your sleepwalking self. Number 7. Sleep paralysis. You're awake in the middle of the night, but you can't move. Not a single muscle. And then, in the corner of your eye, you see a dark figure looming over you. You can't scream, and every breath feels like it's stuck somewhere deep inside your chest. This isn't a ghost. It's good old sleep paralysis. Your brain has woken up before it turned off the paralyze your body so you don't act out your dreams switch. You're stuck in a half-dream state, and your brain starts crafting creepy hallucinations because, well, it's not all awake yet. It's like your brain thought, hey, let's freak this person out before we let them actually wake up. Thanks, brain. Very helpful. Number 6. Sleepwalking, somnambulism. Imagine waking up not in your bed, but in the kitchen, making a sandwich, fully dressed, and completely unaware of your midnight snack run. That's sleepwalking, or somnambulism, a disorder where your body decides to get up and about while your mind is still fast asleep. Sleepwalkers can do all sorts of things, like getting dressed, opening doors, or even driving. And here's the kicker. They don't remember any of it. It's like your body's running on autopilot while your mind is off dreaming about unicorns. If you've ever woken up to find your spouse standing in front of the fridge, holding a pickle jar and staring into space, you've got a sleepwalker on your hands. Enjoy the midnight adventure without the ability to control it. Number 5, the feeling of being watched, nocturnal arousal with perceived presence. You wake up in the middle of the night and something just feels off. The room is dark, silent, but you can't shake the feeling that someone or something is watching you. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Your heart races. You can feel an eerie presence lingering in the shadows, even though you're alone. Nope, it's not a ghost. It's your brain pulling a prank called nocturnal arousal with perceived presence. This is a type of hallucination that happens when you wake up from deep sleep, but your brain hasn't fully caught up with reality. It's like your brain's GPS recalibration got a little fuzzy, so it decided to conjure up an intruder instead of just letting you chill. It's your brain's way of saying, hey, you're awake, but I still think we're in a horror movie. Enjoy. Number 4, the falling sensation. You're drifting off, but suddenly, whoa. You feel like you're falling, your body jerks awake, and you're back in reality with your heart racing. This is the falling sensation, a version of the hypnic jerk where your body thinks it's plummeting off a cliff. What's going on? As your muscles relax and you transition into sleep, your brain misinterprets the feeling of losing control. It goes into panic mode and jolts your body awake, thinking you're about to crash and burn. Thanks, brain. Nothing like a sudden burst of adrenaline to ruin a perfectly peaceful night. Number 3, grinding your teeth, bruxism. Waking up with a sore jaw and the sound of someone grinding their teeth in the dead of night? Surprise. It might be you. Bruxism, the condition where you clench and grind your teeth while you sleep, is not only annoying, it can lead to headaches, jaw issues, and damaged teeth. It's usually triggered by stress or anxiety, where your body decides to grind away the tension while you sleep. Your subconscious mind seems to think, hey, stress is bad. Let's get rid of it by having a one-person rave in your jaw, and your teeth are the party favors. No one invited them, but here we are. Number 2, the tremors of REM sleep behavior disorder. Ever woken up to find yourself mid-kick, mid-punch, or mid-dream fight with no recollection of it? That's REM sleep behavior disorder, RBD. When you're in REM sleep, your body is supposed to be paralyzed, keeping you from acting out your vivid dreams. But if you have RBD, that safety mechanism fails and your body takes over. You might be flying, fighting, or running through your dreams, but your bedmate might just think you're having a sleep version of UFC. You don't remember a thing, but your body sure does. RBD can even be an early sign of neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's, so it's worth keeping an eye on, or a pillow in case you accidentally swing it. Number 1, the feeling of being watched, nocturnal arousal with perceived presence. You wake up, but there's something off. You can't put your finger on it, but you feel like someone or something is lurking, watching you. This spooky sensation is your brain making up a phantom presence because it's still a little groggy from deep sleep. It's called nocturnal arousal with perceived presence, and it happens when your brain gets confused after waking up from deep sleep. It's like your brain gets all disoriented and decides, hey, let's freak them out by creating an invisible stalker. It's basically an internal jump scare with no ghosts involved, just your confused brain trying to figure out where it is. So before you grab a crucifix or call for backup, just remember, it's your brain pulling off its own horror movie.